Good morning. It is Monday, July 9th. This is First Cup with Jeremy. This is not only my first cup of coffee, but genuinely, this is going to be my first sip of coffee today. You know how when you make a really good cup of coffee and it just sets the tone for the day and everything's better? This is one of those cups of coffee, I think. I have to shave. I will shave after I talk to you all because I have to go out into the world and be presentable today. Isn't that funny? When I conduct myself over the internet in a very public way where, in theory, anyone could see me. In actuality, maybe a few dozen people will see me. I don't care. I don't care that I haven't shaved. But the social convention, when I go to a meeting, is that I should be properly groomed, which includes shaving my neck. Hope you had a good weekend. I had a good weekend. Got to do some martial arts exchange with my brother yesterday, who, if you listen to the podcast, you know him as Master Brendan Goodall. We worked together on some forms. It was fun. In the Whistlekick training space, which was a little warm yesterday. But that's okay. Sometimes you just gotta train. Sometimes you just gotta do it. You gotta do it, even though there isn't a perfect space. I feel like it's acceptable to yawn while conducting this show. Today's mug. My mom gave me this. Our mom, Brendan's mom. It says, shh, almost. Now you may speak. Implying that until I've drank this much coffee, no one else is permitted to talk. Yeah, we trained where we could. We had things we wanted to do. We had goals in mind. And there was no perfect route. It certainly would have been more pleasant on a hot day yesterday to train in a larger and air-conditioned space. But what we had access to was the top floor of the Whistlekick warehouse, aka the large garage at my house. And it is not air-conditioned. And it is not that big, especially when two people are trying to work on the same form at the same time. But you find a way. And I think that that's a good metaphor for life, for anything, for, if I'm going to be really honest, for what's going on with Whistlekick right now. You find a way. There's some stuff going on at Whistlekick that's kind of difficult. We're doing great. But one of the things that a lot of people don't realize about a company that's doing great is that there are still challenges. And in order to fully leverage the things that are great and not let the things that are less great pull us down, we have to make some changes. They're not changes you're going to see. I talked last week about closing martial arts calendar. That's that kind of thing. You know, there's a lot of marketing stuff that we've done that we are going to do less of. The podcast is safe. The social media is safe. And we've got things like Martial Journal, which, granted, we don't have that branded as a Whistlekick site, but it's a Whistlekick site. You know, it takes time, it takes resources. And I'm proud of what we're accomplishing over there. We've had some amazing content. But this show is coming out of some of those changes. I struggle with this desire people have to get to know me better, to know who I am, to see my face. But they do. It is one of the comments that comes through. Anytime something ended up on YouTube with video, people would ask, please, more video. So we're doing more video. But we're doing it in a way that doesn't require a ton of time. There are a ton of video projects that we've worked on over the last few years that require a lot of effort, like 3 people, hours to put together a 5-minute segment, and that we just don't have the time for that. And we don't have those people. We're a distributed team. I'm the only one working here out of my home / Whistlekick headquarters. So we're trying this. We'll see how this goes. But you do what you got to do. And sometimes you got to find a way to struggle through. And that's what I'm doing right now. I had to let a couple people go last week. It was really hard. I've never been good. I don't even like using the word firing because it makes it... There's such a negative connotation to that. I don't like having to do it. In my last business, the IT company, there were people I kept around for literally like 6 to 12 months, longer than I should have, because I hate letting people go that much. But now I'm at a point where, as much as I don't like it, I'm not willing to let other people stand in the way, because I know what the success of this company means for me and for many others. And so I'm willing to charge ahead, and I'm willing to do what needs to be done. Being a business person is not always fun. It's not always easy. It is often challenging, but it is rewarding. A friend of mine once said, when you're in business for yourself, it's great. You can do what you want. You get a lot of flexibility. You can choose what hours to work, and you only have to work half days. You get to pick the 12 hours you work. Terrible way of delivering that sort of joke, but I'm drinking coffee and I'm tired, and you get the point. Being a business owner is not easy, but I do it for a number of reasons, most of which because there are things that I want to see happen in the martial arts that are not going to happen unless someone like me makes them happen. And in an industry that is very much entrenched with a few main players, I don't see them doing the things that I feel should be done. So I will do them. And maybe that sounds arrogant. Maybe it sounds selfish, but I don't care. Because martial arts has given me way too much for me to be concerned about the opinions of a few others when I see that this thing that I love, that we all love, could be so much bigger, so much more beneficial, so much more impactful in the lives of many. Martial arts has half of the participation as a percentage in the US that it does globally. We're considered a hotspot for martial arts. And we're talking, what's the number? 2%? 2.5%, if I remember correctly. It's not enough. We need more. So, coming up on 10 minutes, so I'm going to start winding down. Here's another sip of coffee. My challenge to you today is to do something I'm going to do, which is to face something that is difficult, that you've been putting off, and just get it done. Your day, your life, the lives of the others around you, whatever it means, there will be benefit from it. So stop procrastinating and get it done. I hope you have a great day. I will talk to you all tomorrow. Peace.